No,
What?
no,
He's up
no organ.
All right, I'll turn it off. I'll be good. I'll be good.
I'm gonna be honest on this one, boys. This is these two guys' idea, so I'm gonna let them take hand on this one.
Oh, but you just had to control the tier list.
Yeah, you had to pick where it went, huh?
Over to us. Anyways. Anyway,
You know when
just
you
so we know where the power trip is happening on this stream.
the
All right.
power trip, we're ranking medieval torture devices because you wanted to. Who's having the power trip?
You, because you have to control the tier list. Anyway, we'll set that aside for the good of the stream. For the good of the stream, we'll set it aside. All right, so itchy plaque psoriasis aside, what are we going to name each of these tiers? Should we rename our tiers?
S tier.
Yeah, should we do like
Yikes.
really bad or like not to like not that bad, like tolerable?
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad. So we got yikes, pretty bad. Oh, do yikes in all caps, like yikes.
Kind of bad.
There we go. Yikes, pretty bad, kind of bad. Let's do mid, TBH.
Oh wait, I got this one. I got this one. Sounds fun.
Sounds fun.
Or how about just a Thursday afternoon?
Oh, if you're doing any of these just on a Thursday afternoon, I feel like there's more pressing matters to attend to.
I can think of a couple that people might do on Thursday afternoons.
Brazen Bull.
Yeah, me too.
Now, hold on, let's not get ahead of ourselves. That's a Friday evening activity.
All right, so I guess let's start.
Shall we just go in order?
Yeah, I mean, I don't got any strong feeling towards any of them.
Well, let's shout out the creator of this tier list. Who is there a username that we can credit for this? Because
you want to credit the creator of the medieval torture device tier list?
Well, they did this was the only one that had labels for each of the pictures. So I think they did. Oh, wait, what's presentation mode?
Where's
presentation mode?
Oh.
There we
go.
Okay, excellent.
Look at that.
Well, all right.
Fantastic. Okay, great. All right. So credit to whoever did this. Shout out. Great job. Love
you did great,
Very
dog.
well done.
Next.
Okay. So let me pull up our list here. So first we have Dalton. Do you want to just kind of like go back and forth with these? Introduce them.
Yeah, sure. Let's just do like the in order ones, I guess.
Now, well, hold on. Why are we painting? What are we drawing each one of these two?
I'm just painting while you guys figure out which one is which.
Okay. Well, we're starting with the Anasarushi. Would you like to start, Dalton, or do you want me to start?
Let me see. Hold on.
If there's one that we particularly want to do, we can. You
go first. You go first.
Okay.
You go first.
So the first one, the Anasarushi, also translated literally from the Japanese as hole hanging. So basically, we just take someone and tie them. Thank you, Sean, for describing this. So you just tie someone up by the feet, and you dangle them over a hole, and you just kind of let them hang there until they give up being a Christian.
What? That's wild.
That's
hold on.
No, Sean. No. Bad drawing. You're worried about this for the stream. You better not be drawing it like this.
These are feet.
Oh, that looked like hair. I thought we were doing the other way around. I was like, this is torture, not summary execution.
I was about to say, hold on.
That's feet. These are feet.
Okay.
Look, they're shoes.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
And you know what?
Right.
You know what? I'm okay. He's okay. He still has his God.
But what you neglected to show in this drawing is the fact that sometimes in the hole, there's just a bunch of shit.
Like
so it's a very,
shit or
yeah, like excrement. So like it's a very smelly hole that you're being dangled in.
I mean, that's not.
And then there's gonna be a little stinky guy over here. And he's smiling. He goes
goblin.
like, and he's gonna go. That me. That me.
I think you're a lot more on board with the stream now, Sean. Now that you figured out you can do web browser paint along with it. All right, what are we thinking here?
I feel
thinking
This seems basic.
Yeah, this isn't that bad.
This doesn't seem like it seems like something that like.
let's just start kind of blanket thing. All of these are bad. All of these are not fun to be in. But compared to some of these other ones, this is probably, I'd say B tier would be my guess.
I mean, it's. So
I think it's kind of bad. I mean, because like think about like all the blood rushing your head.
I'd say mid. I mean, it just depends how long you're up there, I guess. But like,
I mean, long enough for you to renounce your faith, however long that may be.
To renounce one's faith.
well, I mean,
crazy.
what if you renounce it pretty quick though? You know, and then like you're down.
But then you're gonna be known as the guy who couldn't handle the poop hole, and then you just gotta walk around as what are they? Is it a Shintoist? Because it's Japan. Am I correct on that?
I'm not entirely sure what the prominent religion was. Certainly not Christianity.
No, absolutely not. They made the stink hole for the Christianity. they made the dookie hole with Jerry the Gremlin.
I love how this is your depiction of the Japanese people in the 17th century.
No, it's just one guy.
All right, so yeah, I'm fine. I think mid is fine compared to some of these other ones.
I mean, it's definitely not one. It's definitely not these two.
Oh yeah, it's not S or A.
So I'll put it in mid, but I honestly, honest to God, I think it's going to be lower.
Well, yeah, mid TBH. That's D tier.
Oh, I'm being dumb. Okay, yeah, no, that's good. The stink hole does not sound fun.
No, it doesn't sound fun, but
you
No,
thought
again, none of these are fun.
No,
That's
it's shoes. It's shoes.
It's shoes, please.
It's shoes.
Please, for the love of God, it's shoes. All right, Dalton, take it away. What's our next one?
Okay, wait.
All right,
Save.
so,
Oh my God.
next.
Stink hole.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but it's
Hold on, real quick. If we get to 2,000 subscribers, we can start a merch store, and we're gonna save all of these images to put on T-shirts.
We're
Okay,
gonna
that would be
get
insane.
to 2,000 subscribers, not tonight.
I'm just saying,
That would be
if we do, we're dropping the merch.
Fine, we'll drop the stink hole merch at 2,000.
Buy the With the Boys Brazen Bowl mug for $29.99.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, so up next, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but it's called Apega of Nabis. It was also known as the Iron Apega. It originates from Sparta, it seems.
Oh God, the baby pit people.
Yeah, the baby pit people.
You know
So apparently, this was a machine which was like a very well executed and like super realistic looking replica of the wife of Nabis.
Ooh, I think
it
we're
was-
pronouncing this wrong, but we can rock with it.
Yeah, I don't know, but apparently it was used to collect money from unwilling Spartan citizens. And if you didn't give up money, they would send you to his wife, the replica.
Wife problems.
So everybody was like, "Oh yeah, okay."
Just
like
hug this woman.
Yeah, they dressed it up in expensive clothing. So when the drunken visitors came, they hugged her, which triggered the arms to close. And the arms, hands, and breasts were covered with iron nails. And the arms were capable of crushing the body. So yeah.
This feels very alleged to me. When we were looking these up, there's a lot of them that were like, this is an alleged torture device. This one feels, I'm not sure if the Spartans had
Actually,
do they have the capacity to remote control a fake woman with spikes in her arms?
yeah,
Like,
that also looks like super realistic.
I mean, granted, Wikipedia does say that the visitors were drunk, so I mean,
Well, I mean, how drunk do you have to be to not recognize something is made out of wood and nails?
this is very. I mean, how much
She
expensive
got me.
clothing? She got me.
She got me. This seems like they found some weird medieval sex doll with nails, and like those aren't nipples, those are nails. Those aren't nipples, those are nails.
But if this were to happen, this would hurt pretty bad.
I think
it would
I
hurt.
think anything that's alleged gets an automatic rank reduction.
Okay.
Does that seem fair?
Not by reduction, do you mean like
Give her the
It goes down a tier.
money.
It goes down a
towards
tier.
yikes or towards sounds fun?
Towards sound fun.
Okay.
Towards sound
Am
fun.
I wrong on this? But isn't every Spartan male a soldier?
And a majority, if not all, of the women too.
No, I thought the women ran everything because every Spartan man was a soldier. I'm gonna turn this down. This Nintendo music.
This is the wrong kind of music
It's
for
just
that.
not befitting.
I like it. I like the vibe. But I'm just saying. So is this a
sure.
majority like women are trying to fall for this?
Probably not.
Is it drunk soldiers? Are they stabbing their own soldiers?
Well, it's not like they were constantly like
I'll give them a
fighting.
little.
Like they had cities, and of course you have to realize they had like merchants and everything else.
He had a little drink. She got me. Wife problems. And, I'm giving him the little fun MF Doom thing, but that seems Roman. I don't care.
No, that's also Spartan.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like this one is
the
kind
plume.
of. This one's kind of stupid. This one's kind of really dumb.
This is so. I like the goofy like we're gonna roll. It's very Scooby Doo. It's like we're gonna roll out the doll. Oh, give me a hug. Psych. Like.
Yeah, this seems like
They built a robot. They built a waifu to steal your money. They gave her a sword.
I'd say this is also mid, TBH.
Yeah, this one isn't. Sounds kind of fun.
Honestly, yeah, I'm fine with it sounding fun. That's kind of silly.
Silly.
Are you saving this picture?
I'm saving them all.
All right, our next one.
So I'm putting her as
the Batog. Now the Batog and our next one on the list, birching. These are functionally the same thing.
Yeah, they're
Birching
pretty.
is specifically using a birch rod, which is like a couple of twigs strapped together. And it doesn't have to be birch. It can be anything.
How do you spell birch?
You got it. That's it.
Oh,
Just like,
seriously?
yeah. Yeah, you're good.
I genuinely was like, this looks wrong.
And the difference between a birch and a batog is that the batog, I don't know, it's Russian, batog, is one stick about as thick as someone's finger, which, I mean, I don't have thick fingers. Maybe the Russians had thicker fingers, but, I mean, it would still hurt. And it's basically just hitting someone with a stick. Or a couple of tied together sticks. I feel like this one doesn't get points for creativity. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
this is
this is pretty standard. This is like, yeah, you've been bad. I'm gonna hit you. Like, okay. Yeah, that's.
Ow.
And see, and then also birching is like, they would do it to school children, which corporal punishment against children is just.
yeah. I feel like because they did
Ow,
it.
Mark. Not him
But
roasting
still.
the guy hitting him with a stick. What do you think?
I'm thinking this one's kind of mid. This is a mid.
It's a living.
It's
What is
a
this
living?
It's a living.
Well, I mean, okay. I mean, some people might be into it, so it might be fit the sound
that's-
fun category.
That's what I was saying about the Thursday night thing. I was like, on a slightly lesser level, this is just
BDSM.
Depends on your
at
freak
one level,
factor,
it's
I guess.
BDSM. Yeah, Betog is not BDSM. That's taking a stick and continuing it until it breaks and then going still. Birching is like I feel like birching is like the slightly less serious version of Betog.
Okay, this is just get hitting with a stick.
Yeah.
All right, that's.
Yeah, Betog and birching are both in the same category.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll just throw those two.
Okay.
Sounds fun.
Wait, are
I
they the
guess.
same thing?
Yeah.
essentially.
Okay, so
Are you not listening, Sean? God, I'm good. We did all this research.
save as stick play.
All right, Dalton. What's our next one?
Yeah. So up next we have, what is this? The branding iron, it seems.
Oof.
So this is generally just under branding, I guess. But so basically they had various methods and devices for it.
Okay. Okay.
So what they would do is they would take a red hot brazier, which was passed backwards and forwards before the eyes of the culprit until they were destroyed by the scorching heat.
Oh my God.
Uh,
I didn't know about this part.
yeah. Red hot pokers were applied to various parts of the body. Various marks branded onto the flesh using the red hot irons. The branding iron itself had a long bolt with a wooden handle at one end, and a brand with a letter at the other.
Okay.
2 iron loops were used for firmly securing the hands during the excruciating process of branding. Let's see, it says... Oh, I thought that said fun facts.
Not fun facts.
Looks like it was used by the Anglo-Saxons. They would do this for vagabonds.
Vagabonds.
I don't know. I'm not going to say this one because I don't know if it's a derogatory term
So
for.
you know what? I respect that you're keeping it cool.
And
Thank
brawlers.
you, Dalton.
Well, I got you. And for brawlers, it was like just Romanian people, I guess.
Yep, you probably made the right choice.
Yep.
Yeah. So this one sounds like it kind of hurts.
It's just branding, you know? Like
It's just.
No, I know, but it's not creative.
It's not creative, but it's painful. Like it does not. This is the only one that does not sound like it could be fun. You know, like nobody's laughing about the branding. We were laughing about the stink pit.
I feel like
Mikey.
I feel like this is probably. This might be A tier. I think.
Okay. I mean, it is a classic, I guess.
It is kind of a classic.
I mean, like they brand like the only
and
thing...
on the whole passing in front of the eyes thing, I didn't know about that. That like upped it a level, I think.
Yeah, because I feel like
Are you guys not appreciating this drawing, by the way?
I don't know what I'm looking at. I've been trying.
It's Mike Wazowski in a fraternity.
It's hard for us to focus.
Stigma Kappa.
From Monsters University, the fraternity they join.
Is that the fraternity they joined? Like,
Mhm.
actually?
Yeah,
It's actually called... No, it's not. You're lying.
I'm pretty sure it is. I think it's with a K instead of a C. But...
No, I just did this. I only thought it's not a real fraternity. I don't think.
Hold on, I'm looking up the fraternity they were in.
Oh no, that is a real fraternity.
Mike and Sully were stuck joining the Uzma Kappa.
He's crying, but he's serious. You know, sometimes you gotta get branded to join a frat.
Do you?
I've heard of that.
I feel like that's part of the hazing.
Yeah, I believe that's hazing.
You've never heard of this?
I've heard of it, but I think it's hazing. It's not.
Yeah, it's torture. This is medieval torture.
So where are we
torture
putting
and
it on the
hazing
list?
are
Where
a
are we
little
putting
bit
it on the list?
different. Let's see what we got. I'd say kind of bad.
Kind of bad. Okay.
It definitely is gonna get worse. It's definitely gonna get
Yeah,
worse.
like I think you could live through this one. So
Save as. Okay.
All right. Here we go. Now, this one. This is a classic. The Brazen Bull. This is good. So not only is this an art piece, right? Like this is a realistic statue of a bull made out of metal. Like this is a work of art. It's got a hinge in it. It opens up. You put someone inside. You lock them in, and then you set a fire under it. And so they also put a device in the mouth to where the screams of whoever's inside get like amplified in a way that it sounds like a bull screaming.
It's like an Aztec death whistle.
yeah, except
Except Greek.
and also not a whistle.
Well, they also would put steam, so steam coming out would come out through the nose.
Is that why that's a thing?
Is why that what? Huh?
Is why what's a
Like when you're mad, steam comes through the nose. And
I'm
like
sure that's part of
cartoons.
it.
Well, yeah, when a bull is mad, it's like like the bull's going woof. Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, not because of the brazen bull
Yeah,
specifically.
and
but
I'm
the bull
sure in
general.
turn too. It's because if it's a little cold outside, the bull looks angry, and it's gonna like they kind of snort a little bit, not snort, but like, huff.
I mean, yeah, this is top tier. This is S. This is an iconic device.
It really led our way to like modern day iPhones, I think.
We jobs can be traced back to the ancient Greek bull of Phalaris. I think this is a classic classic S tier. I don't know. What do you both think?
I'd say this one, yeah, this is a yikes, because I couldn't imagine how painful this would be.
Oh yeah.
This is like an unfathomable pain that I feel like is just.
The music switch.
Yeah. All
With
right.
Mario fucking Paint.
All right. Nishan, I do love the art, but we do have a lot of these.
Well, you're getting art for each of them. Bull. Okay,
All
so
right.
Brazen Bull is yikes.
Full on yikes. Brazen Bull is
Bull.
top tier.
Breaking Wheel. What is Breaking Wheel?
Take it away, though.
Oh yes. Up next, we have the breaking wheel, which is also known as the execution wheel, the wheel of Catherine, or the Saint Catherine's wheel. Apparently, I don't know.
Big
You know,
Wheel. Okay, what is it?
So, this was a torture method used for public execution, primarily in Europe, from antiquity through the Middle Ages up to the 19th century. And this would break the bones of a criminal or bludgeon them to death,
What does it look
I
like?
guess.
It's just a big ass wheel.
Yeah, it's just a really big wheel. Yeah, I'm trying to describe it.
Basically, you would tie the person down onto the ground and run the wheel over their legs so it breaks their legs, and then you would tie them to the wheel, Vitruvian Man style, and spin them around the town.
Yeah.
You'd either tie them to the wheel or you would thread their limbs through the spokes of the wheel to kind of wedge them in place.
Okay. So here, apparently they would. Typically, I guess these were like the same types of wheels they would have on carts or carriages, with an iron rim. But I guess sometimes they would modify them with a rectangular iron thrust attached an extending blade-like piece to part of the rim. To mutilate, not cause like death.
Yeah, this is pretty.
Yeah, this
is pretty brutal. I think
this one sucks.
I mean,
and it goes in stages as well, so it's like that's the first part that they do.
Yeah, the first part is breaking them, and then if they're not dead, or even if they are dead, then strapping them to it and either just wheeling them around or hanging the wheel above the walls.
Yeah, and then so they did that kind of like a crucifixion, or they would either decapitate the person, or they would as they call it wield. So
get wheeled, idiot.
So the convict was
wheeled.
In being wheeled would simply just be
So
being thrown into a fire. So there's a few different.
That's not wheeled. What do you mean getting wheeled means being thrown into a fire?
That's one of the ways they would kind of end the torture.
They'd be like, all right, I'm done with this, and then just chuck it in the fire.
And after reading further on this, this one's a yikes for me, I gotta say.
Not getting wheeled and set on fire just because.
Yeah,
I think the getting set on fire I think puts it up to yikes. I'm not sure if it might be on the low end of yikes. It's not up there with some of like the big ones, I think, but it's still pretty bad.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna skip this one.
Yeah, let's.
Which one? Yeah, we're
the Ripper. Yeah.
We're gonna go straight to the new one. What is it?
All right. So we have now the Kang, and this one this ties in. There's like 3 of them that are all kind of the same here. So the Kang is a giant board. So like at amusement parks, the like, oh, put your face in this hole, and like you can be the cowboy or the mermaid, and like take a picture. It's like that, but what if it closed around your neck and you couldn't leave? Yeah, so you're basically stuck in there. With this giant board around you. And this is very similar to the pillory.
Yeah, which was kind of like just like a public humiliation sort of thing.
Yeah, and then we also, so the pillory usually traps the arms. So Sean, you're drawing a perfect example of the pillory where the arms are locked in. The Kang is slightly different because the arms are usually free, but that's you have to hold up the board yourself. You're not locked in place. The pillory is like on a post in the town square that you just get trapped in. Yeah. And so then the third thing that
we got a message that says the worst part of this torture, this is the last one, is known that you got tortured in the method called getting wheeled.
I feel honestly, like if it was like today, like with COD lobbies, I couldn't imagine somebody saying "get wheeled" to me.
Get wheeled, idiot. So these I think are siblings. These are like related, very related. But there's also the cousin of these two is the stock. Or wait, hold on. Which one is the stocks and which one is the pillory? Okay, yeah. So the pillory is the one that holds the head and the hands, and the stocks is basically that same device but for your feet. So it locks you in place by holding your feet together with a board. So usually the stocks and pillory would go together. The Kang was usually left as just the board because you would do it. It was often done to prisoners to like make sure they wouldn't run away, and so they'd have to follow along. Yeah. By holding up, holding the board and stuff.
Doesn't seem Is it just me because the getting wheeled was so surprising? like,
It might be.
because oh, you're stuck, and now you're like, people are like, tomato for 3, you know? But
Yeah, because
This
this was mainly
yeah.
just like a humiliation and make sure you stay where you're put in a prison sort of thing.
Yeah, this is like this.
This
they put
this
you in
isn't
the
getting a
town square.
wheel with swords and then they just set you on fire. Like, that's not. Where is
Yeah.
I'm still on that. Where's the link? Like, that's just some like court magician going like, you know what? Let's just light them on fire. You know, why not?
I mean, you got to get rid of the corpse somehow. But like, yeah, this. I think the Kang and the Pillory and the
pills.
Fox, they all
The
get
pills.
they all get bonus points for the social and psychological punishment of it all, because it's very like, oh, we're gonna hang you in the town, or we're gonna like put you up in the town square like this, and everyone's just gonna look at you.
This is a good point. It's like putting a cone on a dog. Itch on your face, too bad.
Yeah, which that would suck.
You ever see the video of the cat with the cone on its head, and it just
There's
is
so many.
screaming?
There's so many.
I mean, if you put a cone on I'm gonna scream too, you know? Like, I'm not gonna be happy about it.
Heavy.
I think this is probably. I think this is either mid or kind of bad. I don't know.
This is mid, because Iron Branding is worse than this.
That's fair.
It's not as bad. Like, the Stink Pit is still worse, but I would say the Stink Pit is still.
Put up the Pillory and the
Oh, right.
Fox too, because these are all kind of the same thing.
Also, we're skipping.
should we-
I'm just gonna say
Yeah,
right now we're skipping that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we skip that one too?
Yes.
I think we could probably just say it goes in the top tier for icon status.
I just don't even want to mess with that one.
Coward.
It's-
All right, put the other ones in.
Wait, so I did.
You got the Kang. You need the Pillory
Where's the Pillory? Oh, there it is.
with teeth and Stocks.
Stocks.
Right to the right.
There we
To
go.
the right.
There we go.
Yeah.
Actually, honestly, Stocks is that's just BDSM now. That's in the sounds fun category.
Okay.
Okay.
The cucking stool.
Speaking of BDSM.
Yes. So up next would be the cucking stool, or also known as the ducking stool.
And
They were-
this is not the cucking stool in the cuckolding sense. There's a different word origin.
Yeah, this is more of a. What's the word? This was not. This was very discriminatory toward women.
Oh yeah,
at the
incredibly
time,
misogynistic. Incredibly.
Yeah, so misogynistic, very bad.
Thank you for telling us that, Dalton.
Yes.
Well, they really
so-
only did it to women.
Yeah, so they would use this as a punishment for women, and dishonest tradesmen in medieval Europe.
Women in women and used car salesmen, use wagons.
Yeah. So they were used
the
as
highwaymen and the arsonists get the wheel. if you're a dishonest woman, you get the cuck chair. Jesus.
So this was a form of
Arrow.
public humiliation, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I guess primarily for the offense of scolding or backbiting, which is, I don't know, just talking back, I guess.
It's
I don't-
literally, yeah, if you were a wife that talked back to your husband
Yeah.
and your husband didn't like it, they were like, all right, we're going to put you in the fucking cuck chair.
So, okay, so this one is weird to say.
It's
the
a
least.
giant stool that's
Yeah,
attached
it's-
to like this lever that gets pulled up and down, and it dunks you in a nearby body of water while they tie
Yeah,
you to
so-
a chair.
You're just tied to a chair, and then they just dunk you into the water
Mm-hmm.
over and over again. Which I guess is where the ducking part comes from.
Loser.
That's where the ducking comes from, and then
Yeah,
the
so this one's also
cucking
just
chair
kind of
comes
similar
from
to the
the,
stocks or pillories.
Yeah, it's very. This is more of a social humiliation thing, and the cucking. I love the. I have to say the etymology of this because the cuck in this instance doesn't come from the bird cuckoo, which then leads into the word cuckold. It leads from the Latin and Greek cac, which means to shit. So like it comes from it being like presumably like a throne or like a toilet or something, and then that gets dumped, dumped in the river to clean out.
And then just as like a little fun fact here, just it was also used for identifying witches, which this also kind of relates to Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where they because they would say witches would float, right? Is that right?
They would float because the holy water would reject them and cause them to
so they
float.
would float on the water like a log.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, some weird stuff. I don't know.
A really awful little turn of logic there.
Yeah.
Next.
I mean,
So-
I think this probably goes in the same rank as the socks and pillories.
Okay.
Just yeah, because I mean, the only real difference would be the discriminatory factor.
That does make it worse, is that this was kind of exclusively used for not great reasons.
Like,
Yeah,
I understand.
With having an opinion, they would just dunk you in water. Like,
I understand that, but all I'm saying, if it's between that and the wheel, I'm taking the cuck chair.
that, yeah.
But you're also not a woman, so you probably would not have been subjected to the cuck chair.
Unless you were a
Dishonest tradesman.
bad tradesman, yeah.
Okay, what is the next one?
All right. Finish my trucker here.
Uh,
I got the electroshock tool.
yeah, I feel like, cause, yeah.
I mean, this isn't really medieval. I mean, this is included in this list, I think, as a torture device. But I mean, obviously, electricity was not mainstream until
Should we skip it just for the fact
recently.
that it's not like medieval?
we probably should. Yeah, disqualified cattle prod. No art. The cattle prod does not deserve art.
Fine.
Not the ancient era message. Oh my god. What a throwback.
Stop the art.
Stop the art. Cease it.
Okay, what's
Alright.
next?
Our next one is the garrote.
Okay.
So this one, I mean, this is very, very mafia. So this is basically just any kind of handheld string or rope or wire or scarf that is just used to strangle someone.
Oh, piano wire.
Exactly.
Yeah,
piano
in a
wire.
way, yeah.
Yeah, so it can be something like that. The Spanish word garrote refers to like a stick that was used to manually tighten the coil around the neck, in case whoever was doing it wasn't strong enough to kill the person just by brute strength alone. Yeah, so it's not. This one is definitely it's really not torture. I think this one is deliberately execution.
Yeah.
It's just, don't worry about it.
It would still hurt though.
It would hurt, but like it's only gonna last like a little bit, like maybe like 2 minutes at most.
Maybe longer.
Yeah, you're kind of being like a glass half full here, Sean. You're not really thinking of how slow they would probably do it.
Well, in the movies, the garrote wire takes like 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's the magic of cinema.
Why would you use it if it's like gonna take you like 30 minutes?
Because it was intended as a more merciful form of execution than death by burning.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of these like executions they would do as well were more for like they mainly did them out in public for people to see. So it wasn't like just like a strictly you're just in a room getting
You
like
wanna get
you know,
fired? And he's just like, no. And he's like, huh?
Oh dear. I think this one goes up in the A tier. This is pretty bad.
yeah, this is
It doesn't have the same like wow factor as the Brazen Bull.
but it's still pretty bad.
But like it is capital punishment.
It doesn't seem like torture. It just seems like you're killing somebody. Which is a fine line, but
Yeah. All right, what's our next one?
Up next
Head
would be
crusher.
the Head Crusher. I guess there was like a bunch of variations for this one. But it's a metal device that featured a plate that sat below the victim's jaw, and connected by a frame to the head cap. The torturer would slowly twist the handle, and the gap between the head cap and the plate decreased.
Sean, you got it
Which would-
exactly right. That's exactly
would-
it.
yeah, I got
Crush
it.
the skull, including the teeth and facial bones, and essentially just kill you. So this is just like a slow execution, essentially, is what this would be. So
I think this gets some more drama points than the over the garrote.
yeah, because this is rather painful.
He did that
method of-
himself.
Torture
Mario
execution.
Kart Wii transition music. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, the music I don't think is very befitting. You know,
The music's fine.
I think you could have put on some like Dungeons and Dragons like drama music.
My offer still stands, Sean.
No.
Damn it. Okay.
We're sticking with the Mario Kart transition music.
So I'd say this one goes in yikes, to be honest. This is where I would put this.
That looks like a penis.
I don't know.
Is that
I
a
think-
finger or
That's
a...
a finger. That's supposed to be a finger.
I was about to say, that
finger,
doesn't
it's a
look much
finger,
like
it's
a
a finger.
finger.
He did that.
I don't know if this quite has the same wow factor though. I mean, it's pretty.
Oh, okay, hold on. Wait.
But yeah, but you gotta think every
Wow.
bone in your head is getting crushed.
Ooh. Where's the wheel?
That's the thing. Like, it's not the wheel.
It's not
though.
the wheel. It's not let's cut them, break their legs, and set them on fire.
I think this is top of A tier for sure.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know. if
you
it's
gotta realize
quite-
how slow they did this, though, is the thing.
I'm sure it varied. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the wheel is also slow.
I don't know. I
We
do
can-
not
we can
like
adjust.
that one. That one sounds so painful.
We can adjust as we go on. All right. Now, this one's for all the English teachers' pets in the room. Our next one, we've got immurement. So if you've ever read a short story by a little guy named Edgar Allan Poe called The Cask of Amontillado,
Indeed.
what Montresor does to and God, I should have looked up his name. God damn it.
Wasn't it Fortunato? Was that his name?
Yes, thank you, Fortunato.
I don't know how I remembered that, but
I'm so glad you did, because I remembered everything about the story but that guy's name. But yeah, so what Montresor does to Fortunato by sealing him up brick by brick in the basement is essentially immurement. Immurement is just like containing someone within a small cell, not just solitary confinement. Solitary confinement in like a physically restraining space, like not Mario Galaxy. Oh my god. You should have let the dramatic music well as I was describing it. That I was getting into that one. But yeah, so it's basically just kind of bricking someone. Someone's getting bricked up, basically.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Getting bricked up.
Getting bricked up. And I think this is a very psychologically torturing form of punishment, because sometimes you would get it where they would just like lock you in and that's it. Sometimes they'd like leave one stone loose so that way they could give you food and kind of keep you alive for longer. Sometimes religious aesthetics would do this voluntarily to live lives of religious and intense spiritual solitude. I think that definitely takes it down a tier, the fact that you can do this voluntarily as like a religious action. I think that, not to devalue that religious action, but I think as a mode of torture, it's like, okay, well, you could just turn it into a religious thing, I suppose. Which honestly could be said for, I think, about 40% of these. There are sections on Wikipedia where it says, oh, here's these 3 famous saints who this was done to. But this is probably B tier for me.
Yeah, I mean, because it would be very... Just because of the psychological factor.
Exactly, yeah.
I feel like it would be
physically harming, but it's like, oh Christ, I can't move. I'm stuck here.
Yeah, like you're stuck. You're not going nowhere.
Yeah, B tier for sure. All right, what's our next one?
Our next one.
Up next, we have the instep borer.
Oh God.
There's not much of a description for this one. It's so. This was a medieval German instrument of torture that externally resembled an iron boot. And I guess there would be a sort of crank that they would turn on it very slowly. And on the inside of the boot, I guess there would be a blade that would punch a hole through the center of the instep of the foot, which that would hurt. I wouldn't want this.
It's
personally.
Yeah, it's the head crusher, but for your foot.
Yeah, like this wouldn't kill you necessarily unless later on via infection.
What the fuck?
But personally, I don't really like this one.
This one's
It's
lame.
not gonna necessarily kill you, but
I think this one is probably a C or D tier, honestly.
yeah.
I'll put it at the end of C.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, just because I feel like we have physical stuff going on there.
Alright, what's next? The next one is the Iron Chair.
Now, this to me just feels like the Brazen Bull with less flair. I mean, it's just a metal chair that they strap you to and then they put you over a fire. I mean, where's the pizzazz? We've had the Brazen Bull. You can't just walk up to the function with a chair and then expect to not be just subpar. When you have a bull statue that has steam coming out of its nostrils and transforms the victim's screams into that of a bull. I mean, it's where there is no there. It's a lack of.
Lame.
It's the Greek value
It's lame.
It's
Well, this is
lame.
It's a more affordable method of
Stupid.
doing it.
This is the
I don't.
QVC style torture device.
It
Bad.
is the proletariat's Brazen Bull. It is not bougie. It is not high class. It's the great value version.
It's
I think
fucking kind of bad.
it's kind of bad because like you're still obviously getting held above an open flame.
See, you guys are getting mixed up in the showmanship of
Bad,
the device.
Dalton. It's
This-
bad.
No, because this would
Stupid.
hurt so bad.
No, it wouldn't. I could do it.
Next video with the boys. Sean tries out the iron chair. See, well, I see your point, Dalton, and I agree, but this needs to be a holistic rubric. We need to be judging these holistically, and like
your ass would be melting to the chair, you
Dalton.
know, like,
and it wouldn't be in the brazen bowl.
I think this one at least fits in the pretty bad category.
This music is horrific. Oh,
This is not befitting.
I guess I could see it in pretty bad, but it definitely cannot be on the same level as Brazen Bowl.
No, it's definitely not in the
similar.
yikes category.
All right.
What do we have next here?
Iron
Oh, yeah.
Maiden.
Now, this one is mainly alleged. The Iron Maiden. It's a... Okay, whoever put the wiki page up, put the wiki page up for the band. Very good band, by
Yeah,
the
who
way.
did that? I wonder. Who did
So,
that?
whoever did that, not
Tis-
smart.
Tis
um,
shame.
Musica.
So, but they have very good music. You know, they give you little history lessons in the music.
That's cute.
Yeah, but
Is it
let's
country?
see.
Is it?
No, it's not country.
I'm a little bit country. I'm a little bit torture.
I'm an Iron Maiden. I'm an
Okay.
Iron Maiden.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
We're the Iron Maiden, and Ozzy Osbourne sang pop.
No,
Yeah,
what?
He sang pop music.
He did not sing pop music at all.
Ozzy Osbourne sang pop music.
He
Metal's not even a real
originally sang-
genre if you really think about it. It's just scream.
All right, you're just rage baiting. Anyways,
No, I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about.
the Iron Maiden was a torture device consisting of a solid iron cabinet with a hinged front and a spike-covered interior. It was sufficiently tall to enclose a human being.
That's weird that they made country music about that.
Yeah, isn't that insane? Anyways, these are often considered to be a myth, obviously, because they've never actually been found.
Oh, it's Despicable Me.
Yeah.
S tier. S tier.
No.
It's Despicable Me.
Well,
Yeah,
here's
so
the
they would
thing.
just shut you in a cabinet and you get stabbed.
Here's the thing: is like we've already said, if something's alleged, it automatically loses a tier, so it can't be an S tier.
I feel like it's iconic.
It's iconic.
It is iconic, so...
But here's the thing: it can't actually work. If you think about it, it can't actually work because you can't get the person into the cabinet to close it.
Yes, you could.
You could. Despicable Me did it.
They would make it in. It would just take some force, I guess.
It's Gru.
Playing the guitar.
Playing the guitar in Iron Maiden, the country band.
But yeah, this is pretty similar to the what is it? The Pega of Nobis, whatever it's called. Yeah. The one where it would like hug you.
It feels
Goyles.
very goofy, silly. I think it's like, oh, it's the big closet, and we're gonna stab you in it. Like, okay, I guess.
It's the Despicable Me, though.
I'd say this is B tier.
It's gotta be A tier.
It's a classic, you know.
I'll put it at bottom of A. I feel like it's better than Iron Chair.
It is better than Iron Chair. There's like some.
It's better than Garrote Wire and Head. It's better than all of these. It's top of A.
But it's
better than
But it's
Head
fake.
Crusher.
It's fake. They
Name
never
name
killed
one
anyone.
Head Crusher song.
Well, okay, so technically Sean, you name one Iron Maiden song.
Oh, you want me to name?
Don't Google
You
it.
want me to name one?
Cheater.
You want me to?
you.
You want me to name one Iron Maiden song, such as Judas Priest? That's a different band.
So what?
The Number of the Beast, Somewhere in Time, Killers, Power Slave, Iron Maiden.
Okay, you were reading the album names, but that's fine. On to the next, I guess.
All right, what's our next one?
Not a fun one.
The Judas Cradle. Oh dear. Oh dear. So, this torture device, named after Judas, as a means of punishing those who are deemed to have betrayed their fellow man, which is, I mean, already get points for the drama. I mean, that's so. they've got the lore they're referencing. Like this is huge. So, this is what appears to be some kind of a spike thing.
Yeah, it's like a pyramid-shaped piece
stool.
of iron, essentially.
It's a stool, but instead of a flat circle, it's a square base pyramid made out of metal, and they just kind of sit you on it and force it up your bum.
So instead of drawing that, I'm gonna draw Hatsune Miku.
Is that
probably
this
the best
is?
Yes, it's Hatsune Miku.
This looks like something out of a horror animation.
You have to draw the Miku Miku beam. That's the only way we'll know. I also love how you drew the hairline, but not the top of the hair. There we go.
This looks scary.
It is. This is arguably more terrifying than the Judas Cradle.
Are you sure? Because that would hurt pretty bad, man. I don't know.
Miku Cradle.
What is this Miku Miku thing gonna do to you? That's my question. All right. I mean,
She's wearing a crop top and jean shorts.
Miku would never. She has too much glam for that.
Name one Miku song. Iron Maiden.
I think this is probably, I think, B or A tier again. I mean, it doesn't have the same like.
Let's see.
Oh my god.
I gotta look at the list again. Hold on, Sean. Can we?
I think this is B tier because like it's obviously again.
Yeah, I go kind
culture.
of bad.
These are all gonna be bad, but
I say it's worse than everything else
Yeah.
on B
what else do we
tier.
have in B tier?
Iron
else do we have?
branding, the cast of Amontillado, and the big steppa.
Oh yeah, this is top of B tier. I
Oh
think.
my god, this one I'm already putting it in yikes. I've had a nightmare about this.
Wait, what is it?
Keel hauling.
Yeah, it's keel hauling.
Keel
So
hauling, yeah.
it's already up in the rank there. A lot of history behind this one apparently, but it's a form of punishment and potential execution in quotation marks because, like, come on.
You're good. Yeah, you're gonna
But-
after this one.
This one was dealt it out to sailors at sea. The sailor was tied to a line looped beneath the vessel, thrown overboard on one side of the ship, and dragged underneath the ship's keel, which is the bottommost section of the ship. So you would just get dragged up underneath the ship.
One Piece?
No, not One Piece.
One Piece?
You're gonna be looking for a piece. We're gonna be looking for more than one piece of you after you get dragged against.
Yeah, you gotta keep in
barnacles,
mind, like, the bottom of these
shit
ships had, like, barnacles, and if you're rubbing up against those, and then, obviously, the wood and everything else, it's gonna hurt pretty bad.
Welcome to the Barnacle Chronicles.
So, this one definitely has a deserving factor of yikes.
I've had nightmares about this.
For added salt in the wounds, literally, you're in the ocean, salt water, and all of this.
Yeah, so,
He's the first mate. He's the villain.
Yeah, definitely S tier.
Okay.
All right. Next one, Ling Chi.
Oh god.
Now- I think we might have another S tier on our hands here. This is typically translated from the Chinese as "death by 1,000 cuts."
Ah, yes, yes.
So basically, you just tie someone down and take off tiny slices of them bit by bit until they die.
Which, hey, by the way, that sucks.
Hey, by the way,
that sucks. That's bad.
by the
Don't
way,
like
kid,
that.
don't try this at home.
So, I'd say this is an easy, at least
this
S or
drawing,
A.
this one sucks. I don't
S or
know
A tier.
what to do for this one.
You know,
You can just like kind of scratch this out. I think just be like censor all this.
yeah, just put like a big censor bar because
This
There you
this
go.
music just keeps going bum ba da da dee da, and I keep wanting to do the 2 bits thing at the end, and it's not doing it.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
This one
I don't know,
sucks.
I'd
Probably
say-
pretty bad.
say A or
I'd say if it's not going in S tier, it's definitely top of A.
Name one Lichten song.
Ling Chi. It's not Liechtenstein, Sean. It's Ling Chi.
All right, we finally have come to it. What have we come to?
Oh.
The pair
Oh,
of
yes,
anguish.
the
Can I do
pair
this
of
one?
anguish. This one's a doozy. All right, I think we all already know where this is gonna go.
Can I do the pair of anguish, Dalton? You can do 2 in a row. I want to do
Yeah, go for the pair of anguish.
the
yeah.
okay pair of anguish. Now, speaking of things to do on a things to do on a Thursday night, this one unfortunately is alleged, so they can't make it into S tier.
I say I don't care.
we might make an exception for the pair of anguish. Basically, it's this fun little device. It's got a little flared bulb on it. So whenever there's a flare, that always you should always keep in mind the possibilities are open.
Well, okay.
and-
The difference between the flared here is typically you want a flared base. This is not. This is the opposite.
Options open, Dalton. No kink shame. Let me have this. But so basically, it's this device that gets inserted into an orifice. It is not specific, but an orifice,
Yum.
and then not, this is the most color you put into anything yet.
It's the pair of anguish.
The pair. We need like the vocal boom, like
The
pair
pair
of
of
anguish.
anguish.
But basically, so once this was inserted somewhere, then it was either like pressed or turned like a screw internally to where it would expand and stretch something out.
It has
wings. So it would like force the mouth or one of the lower holes open, and
You just said one of the lower holes.
gender inclusive.
Women get the cuck chair. Men get the pair of anguish.
The pair of anguish. And whether or not the device had spikes on it or not is up to there have been multiple devices found. Some have spikes, some don't. The ones that don't have spikes look a little more like sex toys to me. The ones with spikes are like, oh no, that's gonna hurt. But the other ones is like, that's probably someone's thing.
An S tier just because it's called pair of anguish.
Pair of anguish. That's fair. And I think it pairs kind of with the, let me make sure I'm pronouncing it right, the Raphanidosis one. Now, Raphanidosis, I think, has to I think it either has to be sounds fun or yikes. Either way.
Yeah, I haven't looked at that yet, so I'm kind of curious to see what
are
that
you
one
ready?
is.
Okay,
Just because of the picture on there.
The picture is in our thumbnail.
The picture is great. So, Raphanidosis is something, it's a Greek word. It is basically, it's a punishment for adultery from ancient Greece, or other sexual crimes, where you just put a radish up the guilty person's butt.
Wait, hold on.
That's
Are
all
you serious?
That sounds fun.
That's all you do.
You just put a radish up their ass.
And
That's
it
not
is-
real.
well, it does say there is some doubt as to whether the punishment was ever enforced, and it's mentioned in a play by Aristophanes, and so we're not sure if it's like a metaphor for just public humiliation, or if it's like, oh no, we actually put radishes up people's butts. But this does relate to something that was actually done, called two different things called figging and or gingering, which these are actual things. These are things that were done. It's not so much a punishment. It's the practice of inserting a piece of skinned ginger into someone's butt in order to like have a burning sensation. And so it was
Then they
used.
set them on fire.
What?
And then they set them on fire.
Yeah, then they throw them into fire.
And then they get
But-
the wheel.
They would, you can. It is now done sometimes as a BDSM practice, but also doing it to a horse is a way to make it like carry its tail high, so it has like proper posture that you would want in like a dressage
You
competition.
stick a piece of ginger up a horse ass. Humans have gone too far. What?
Well,
You bad for horses,
stick it-
man. Don't
you
do
don't
that to
stick
your
it-
horse.
Don't
You don't
do
stick
that.
it up. Hold on, please. You don't stick it up the horse's butt. You just kind of rub it on, on those sensitive areas, so it's
Your
still like
Honor.
burn.
Your Honor, I just rubbed it on his ass. I didn't stick it up there.
I saved that for the wife.
And the wife, your wife is suing you, sir.
But yeah, so Raphanidosis, probably alleged, probably didn't happen. Might just be a poetic metaphor. But honestly,
You know what? No, I'm sick of like people like the Greeks were so enlightened. They were so great. They were sticking
Yeah, they were.
radishes up people's assholes. What is so good about that? They invented democracy. Look at this thing.
there now
Democracy
there is
was
also
born out of-
one more side little thing before Dalton moves on to the next one. There is another poem from the Roman era that references this as a threat against those who cast lascivious eyes on a boy the poet cares for. So like saying stay away from my man. Saying percurrent rafanike mugilesque, both radishes and mullets will run you through. Basically meaning I'm either going to shove a radish up you or a fish up you if you don't stay away from my man.
Oh, fish?
A mullet is a kind of fish, yes. Which is very different from radish or ginger, so I don't know where that comes from. But the Wikipedia page does reference it in that poem.
This is messed up, man.
I think the Raphanidosis, that's my favorite out of all of these. It's just because the lore around it is so crazy. It definitely is not
stick a fish up your ass if you don't start talking to my boyfriend.
literally. Which, I mean, we should bring that back. I think not doing that, but like making that threat. I think we should get on that, chat. Get on it.
Not the Kirby's Epic Yarn music.
All right. So where did we put Raphanidosis?
I put it in good time.
Put it in sounds fun, and then we put the pair of anguish in yikes just for just.
It's called the Pair of Anguish. That's awesome.
All right, Dalton, take it away on our next one.
I don't even know what our next one is.
The rack.
We have the rack.
We have the rack. All right. So the rack. All right. Listen, you can see an example of this in that one SpongeBob episode where he has the suds and Patrick's trying to like cure him. So basically, it's a device consisting of a rectangular, usually like a wooden frame, slightly raised from the ground, with a roller at one or both sides. The victim's ankles are fastened to one roller and the wrists are chained to another. So during interrogation, they would very gradually retract the chains, slowly increasing the strain on the prisoner's shoulders, hips, knees, elbows, causing excruciating pain because you're dislocating joints and ripping things. It's just nasty stuff. So it's just you're pulling people apart essentially, limb by limb. Very painful, very not good. Yeah, not a fan of this one.
I think this also gets icon status. I think. I mean, like when most people think medieval torture, they usually think of the rack.
Yeah, like this is like a staple point for like what you think of when it comes to torture.
This is the Michael Jordan of medieval torture. Let's be honest here.
It's like it's very well known. People who know nothing about medieval torture, they know about the rack. Now, what people don't know is that it's a complement to the Skevington's Gyves. It's like it's the opposite. The Skevington's Gyves is a device that does essentially the opposite. It locks you in and then compresses you. So instead of squeezing you out, it forces you inward. And I think that's. I mean, it doesn't have the same brand recognition, but it's very interesting to like think of like that kind of tying together. So it looks like a triangle. You put the head at the top of the triangle, hands halfway down, and then the legs at the bottom too. And then the frame folds in and like kind of forces you into basically a really uncomfortable yoga pose.
It folds?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wikipedia does not have an image of
which one is this?
It's
the Gyves.
Yeah, to the right, shot fourth on the right. There you go.
What do we say about this one?
I think this one's pretty yikes too, to be honest.
Have you ever folded a man?
But like it's not yikes in the same way. It doesn't execute. The rack has been shown to kill people. The Scavenger's Daughter, or the Skevington's Gyves, doesn't. I honestly feel like it's more kind of bad. Like I don't think it has the same kind of.
I mean, I guess it's kind of fair if it's not killing the person.
It really is. Honestly, it's either kind of bad or mid TBH.
I don't feel like this is mid. I feel like there's probably much better ones you'd rather be in. Like stink pit.
Yeah.
Like if it came between getting folded and getting stink pitted.
I'm taking the stink pit.
I'm taking the stink pit.
Any day of the week.
I'm taking the iron boot.
Oh God. All right. What's our next one here?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay. We've got another yikes on our hands.
Scaphism? What is this?
So, this is one. This is technically, it's somewhat alleged. It originates from a dubious source from Plutarch, but the icon status of it, I think, overrides that and puts it in the yikes tier. So someone is tied into a boat and is force-fed milk.
It's this one.
It's this one. Someone is tied to a boat, is force-fed milk and honey, and then also slathered with milk and honey. And then they are just set adrift on a lake to where flies come in and start to, they're attracted to the smell and they start to cover him. And they also, I missed something. Right. Okay, so they cover him in milk and honey and then they put another boat on top of him. The face is left out and staring up at the sun.
Yeah, so he's just encased inside.
But everything else is encased in the double boat. No, his face is still out. You gotta adjust the. Yeah, there we go. Good. And then as the flies and bugs and other vermin are attracted to it, they swarm on him and then also like start to like consume him from the outside in. And so after like 2 weeks, basically, they bring the boats back, clean it out, and presumably use it for the next person.
What the fuck?
Yeah. This is a yikes.
Yeah, this is a really bad one just because.
Would you
Honestly,
rather
maybe
be
even-
Brazen Bold or this?
That's the question. That's the question.
See, because honestly, give me the pair of anguish. Give me the rack. I don't want to get eaten by flies.
That might outrank Brazen Bull, honestly, because Brazen Bull is over within a day. The scaphism.
This is weeks.
The boat takes at least 2 weeks.
Well, like, what I'm confused, if you're so covered in milk and honey, how can't you, like, escape, you know?
Because you're restricted.
You're tied in.
Yeah, like you can't move.
I feel like you'd be able to wiggle a little with 2 weeks, with all that
And
milk
then-
and or honeys.
Well, you gotta
You're-
think. You're out in the sun.
You're not being fed.
Overheated. Like you're just
In the middle of a lake.
you're exposed to the elements in like insects and animals.
Well, you got the boat as shelter.
No.
Sean, this cannot be your human-sized squirrel argument. This one is factually incorrect.
I feel like I could. I'd do it. I'd live.
You would not know.
You would not live through anything in the Yikes tier except possibly the pair of anguish.
This song.
Why
This
is
music
Penguin
does
getting
not
closer? I
fit.
don't like that. Okay. We've put it in the Yikes tier. I mean, it's where it belongs.
I just think I could. This one is the one I could do.
Out of all these, you would pick that one to do?
Either that or the radish up the ass.
Okay. All right. It's in the top tier. All right. What do we have next, Dalton?
Oh, we have the. Let me see if I can figure out the pronunciation of this one. It's German for Schandmantel.
Schandmantel. Yeah. Long
It just means coat of shame or barrel of shame.
No way. Is it this thing?
So.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's just a wood piece or a metal piece resembling a barrel. And
Like
then
his damn feet so big.
you just be forced to wear this in public.
This is
where they
it,
would be
man. This is the
Insulted,
play.
humiliated, rotten vegetables thrown at you.
For 3.
So you're just kind of thrown around town in this barrel-shaped object, just unable to use your arms. Your head and legs stick out, but
Yeah, this is lower than the stocks and pillories, I think, because like, with the stocks and pillories, you're locked in one place. With this one, you can at least move around.
yeah, like you're mobile, but you're getting verbally, insulted and physically assaulted.
Dog, but no,
the entire time.
It's hot.
What?
It's hot. This is sexy.
I just looked at the picture you were drawing. That is not.
It's sexy. This is sexy, dude.
It's not sexy.
It's
Sean,
a barrel.
We're gonna have a conversation about this after the stream.
It's
we're gonna talk through this.
Oh.
All right, this is D tier. This is mid.
Yeah, this is.
Maybe honestly, even maybe kind of fun.
I would do this.
Nothing about that sounds fun.
I
What
would
do you
wear this
mean?
around. Cover
Why
me
would
in
I-
milk and honey, put me in a barrel in the lake, and I will fucking live.
the fact that you're convinced you would survive the milk and honey boats is honestly a talking bit of yours.
That's the promised land.
No, it ain't.
I don't even feel like I want to draw the next one. The next one's sad.
The Scold's Bridal.
Yeah, I don't know this
Oof.
one.
This one, I mean, this goes along with the cucking stool. It's just, if you're a husband and you don't like the fact that your wife is yapping so much, you basically muzzle her like a dog, which is.
Let's just put that. Let's. I don't even know if we should rank that one.
Mid. It's just not good. It's not
just
good.
not good, but like. Yeah, it's next to cucking stool. What is strapando?
Strapado. Now, let's take a look here. Now this is
Sex.png.
So, you thought the stink hole was bad.
Okay.
So essentially, what we do here is we tie your wrists together, and we dangle you.
Okay.
Just from a really, really high. So instead of from the feet, it's from the hands.
Okay. That's not hair. That's hands. It's the same thing. It's hands. Okay. They're
You need
dangling
to
them.
get on top of drawing hands.
Shut up.
Work on it. And we know hands are hard. I'm not saying I can do it perfectly, but like it's something you got to work on.
Fine. Okay? Are they just dangling someone?
Yeah. Well,
That's
I mean,
it.
sometimes they hang weights from you.
I'm adding a hole.
I'm adding the hole. But see, here's
It's
the
the
thing.
reverse stink pit. This is the people that make the stink pit stinky. They just let it all flow
stink
out.
the pit, dog.
Oh, wait. Specific. It's not okay. The hands aren't tied like that. The hands are tied behind their back, and then you hang from the wrists.
Okay.
They're horizontal?
Your posture gets all kind of fucked up, even more.
Oh, yeah. No, okay, that sounds a little bit worse than...
Yeah.
Well, I
Okay,
drew this already. Just imagine this is up here. What are we?
Oh,
what
they
are we-
have some variants. That's the kind of the basic version. Is them just being tied with their hands behind their back. The second version is where they kind of jerk you and drop you down a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
They did this. They did this to Niccolo Machiavelli, apparently. And in the third variation, they leave your hands in front when they tie it, but then they also tie your feet together and put weights on it.
So I put this in kinda bad.
It does. Yeah, it's not the same wow factor. Where did we put the whole one?
The stink hole.
Yeah.
Mid.
Was that also mid? Yeah, this we can put this in kind of bad. I think it's.
All right. The next one is thumb screw.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, this one's kind of... it's in the name,
I don't even need to draw
It's-
that one.
It's just a small instrument made out of metal with like a fastening, almost like a wing
Imagine
nut
a world
almost.
where Iron Maiden was called Thumb Screw.
Anyways, essentially you just they crush your thumb, all right, with a screw.
Mid.
Yeah, they were slowly
Yeah.
crushed.
It's the same thing as the screw in the side of the foot. The inside.
Yeah.
Those are both mid. Did we
Okay.
put the shoe in mid?
I put the shoe in kind of bad, but we can put it in mid.
Yeah, it's the same as the thumb screw.
All right.
Yeah,
What is the
so-
whirligig?
Now, this one. You're ready for this one. Wikipedia doesn't have a very long page on this one. But it's a 6-foot high cylindrical cage, suspended and spun violently.
Oh.
So they put you in the bird cage, they put you up in the air, and they spin you around.
This almost sounds like a thing I've seen on a playground, except less, you know.
Yep.
See,
I know
it's bad.
exactly.
This is
Or-
bad, but it's not that bad, honestly.
Or like the thing at the amusement park where like the sides slide up and down.
Yeah, no, I know what
where
you're talking
like,
about.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Dude, this is kind of mid too. Like that's like what?
I mean, it's kind of
no, wait, hold on. Honestly, it sounds kind of fun.
we're gonna take you. We're gonna. I mean, obviously they do it to the point where it causes severe nausea, but
Severe
They-
nausea. Look at the fucking wheel. They break your legs, they cut them up, they set you on fire. This is not something. This is crazy.
the setting on fire part was optional. They either just straight up, like they either cut your head off or just said like threw you into the fire. Like
That's so
This-
funny.
This is slightly unrelated, but Sean, I still find it funny that I'm not saying the wheel is good, but it's still funny to me that you find the wheel so awful and you're still so blasé about the milk and honey.
Because it's
I-
milk
like-
and honey and flies. I'm bigger than all
Yeah,
of
that-
those.
that would
You
be
alive.
so bad.
No,
It
you don't
eats you
understand.
alive over weeks.
They wouldn't even eat me.
What do you mean they wouldn't? They would
What are
smell
you
the milk
saying?
and honey.
No, they
Show
wouldn't. Because here's what you don't understand. So see, my face is only out, right? My
They
face. is
get
out.
inside and
No,
lay
they wouldn't
eggs
get,
and everything else.
They wouldn't get inside and they wouldn't lay eggs, though. They wouldn't do that.
Yes, they. What do
Do
you?
you realize
No.
that being force-fed milk and honey is going to give you uncontrollable diarrhea? That boat is going to be filled with shit by the end of the first day.
I'd hold it.
You're gonna hold it for 2 weeks, buddy?
I'll survive. Yeah.
This is the fucking human-sized squirrel all over again. I can't deal with this.
I'd win. So what I do is like
You
first off,
simply
I already have a bunch of milk and honey in me. It doesn't matter if there's more. I start licking my face, right?
You what?
And what I do
Is that supposed to repel the insects or draw them to your mouth?
Wait, you wait. So so like obviously there's got to be little areas for the flies to get into.
Draw this out. Draw this out. Show me what you're doing here. Because
Okay.
I'm just.
It's not a fully sealed thing. It's just kind of like
Yeah. So I'm gonna use that to my advantage. So here we go, right? Right here, super cool dude.
With the nerd square glasses? Okay. Not even aviators.
Beard. Great hair. I'm here, right? And I'm stuck in the boat. And my things are tied right here. Like my little phalanges are tied. And I'm assuming my feet are tied as well.
Yes.
But they don't know that I know this trick, right? So I'm in this boat.
Ancient Babylonians don't want you to know this one simple trick.
They haven't tied my neck. This is
It's
open.
trapped between both of the boats.
So we're agreeing that this is tied. I am strong enough to
my
lift the
God.
top boat with my manliness because
are you insane?
It-
I'm sure they fasten the top boat onto the other one.
okay,
They don't just set it on top.
okay. But so what I do?
It's also funny
Boom,
that you're
plan
drawing
A,
this
plan A then. So what I do is I hawk loogies at my arm here, right? And then when I'm
The ones
hawk
that are tied inside the boat?
that I can see, I'm in the boat.
No.
I'm in the boat. I am in the boat.
No. See, here's where you're drawing this incorrectly. The head of the boat is stuck out the tip of the boats like a turtle shell, like a head out of a turtle shell.
Mm-hmm.
There's no support for your neck. Your neck is just dangling backwards out of the two boats.
Okay, well then that makes it even better because then I can like.
How's that make it better?
You're not let me. You're not letting me.
Fully explain your way
So
out
my
of the fact
hand-
that is not
My
hanging out
head
of the
goes
boat.
up, and then I spit. I spit at this rope.
You are covered.
No, because I'm not. Because
No, because your head is not in a position
you
to
don't
where you're gonna be
understand.
able
Like,
to...
I'm doing it right now. If they only got me at the wrists and not at the elbows, they have made a grave mistake. Because
I want you to lean back right now and see how far up in the air your spit goes. And how well you can aim that spit.
I have 2 weeks. I have so much time.
In only so much hydration.
I'll eat flies.
Oh my god.
See? Lo, you don't even got it. You don't even understand. I'll eat
And neither
the
do
fly.
you, clearly.
No, clearly I do. Right? Right. Okay, hold on. Okay, you don't understand. You don't understand. Let me redo this. All right? So my head is up, right? Boom.
No.
I just said my head. I'm moving my head up. Boom, boom, boom. Let's say everything's covered. Okay,
Why
is
are
it
you
covered?
doing-
Is it covered like this?
No, it's like it's creating a perfectly. It's like a pistachio. The shells are closed.
So like that.
Yeah, correct.
And they're fastened.
You're
How
not
you
gonna spit through the rope. The rope's in water.
All right. New plan.
Oh my god.
I start bashing. I start bash.
You're gonna...
Sean, I want you to lay down right now.
I am tied.
Lay down right now and
I'm
try
done.
moving your neck up without moving your back, and tell me how much range of motion you have with that.
I
shit.
got more than you'd think. I have more than you'd think.
Okay.
Okay, so
No,
that's
you don't.
Are you
that's
telling
what-
me you're gonna break through a waterproofed fucking boat?
I could.
No, you couldn't.
I could though. Because
Do
it's just wood.
Record yourself doing it.
Well, no,
Record
because
yourself
I'd hurt my little noggin, and I'm not. It's not
Yeah,
life or
No
death.
That's
fucking shit.
Oh,
No
but
fucking
you'd
shit.
rather be eaten by flies? Is that
No,
what you're
I'd rather have the pear of anguish up my tush. That's
I'd rather put a radish up my ass.
literally. We've said this.
No, so what I do is I start beating it, right here. And my
With the
hands,
whole-
with my hands, I'm going to start wiggling. Right? You start wiggling right there. You start moving. Now, these boats obviously have not been sanded in a while. So what you do,
I can't take this.
Sanded?
Or-
They don't
or-
mean sanded.
or so they're rough, and you kind of scrape the ropes on the wood, and one of two things is gonna happen. One of three things is gonna happen. One, you're gonna wiggle your little nuggets out, your little hand. Two, you're gonna work it and you're gonna hit a notch and you're gonna break the boat, which is good. You want that. Three,
While you're tied to it,
you start a fire, and then you can kind of use it to burn the rope.
Sean, when I come home in March, I am going to tie you to a boat. I'm not even going to put the other boat on top of you. I'm just going to tie you to the bottom boat and see if you can get out. And I
could
think
get
you
out.
will.
I could absolutely
not get out of
I
that.
could get out of this. This is nothing.
I'm going to bring my little brother, who is almost an Eagle Scout, and I'm going to have him
Fuck
Boy
the Eagle
Scout
Scouts.
not tie you.
The Eagle Scouts don't know what I know. They
I'm gonna
weren't raised by
hurt
the Eagle Scouts weren't raised by the streets like me.
Sean, have you ever slept in the woods in a
I
tent?
almost said the streets of our hometown.
Do not
The
say the
of our
streets of our
hometown,
hometown. Do not say the streets of our hometown.
The mean fucking streets of our hometown. I don't fucking think so.
The unpaved roads. But listen, so there's many options. You say I'm gonna have horrible diarrhea.
Yes.
Sean,
I don't know
go
about you
get
guys,
all the
but
milk
my-
and all the honey
but
you
my-
have in your house right now and chug it.
I
Chug
have,
it
I
right
have
now.
like 4 gallons of milk in this house right now.
Try chugging half of one and swallowing like 3 jars of honey, and tell me you don't want to take a shit or vomit it immediately.
That's good though. I will aim my butt at the wrist, and then it
Oh,
will.
can't. In
That's good. That's good. Everything's a tool.
Aim-
Everything's a
Do it
tool.
right now. Lay down and aim your butt at your wrists.
I can do
You
it.
have pants on, you freak. What are you gonna like fart a hole through your pants first?
First off, as we established, they have not sanded the boat, so I can catch.
What
I
do you
could-
mean
I-
sanded the boat?
They haven't sanded the boat, so it means it's like really splintery. And so I'm gonna catch my
Oh my
pants.
God.
I'm gonna
I'm just gonna get a
famously,
bunch of splinters.
famously, I do have too big of pants. So I will get my pants will fall. I aim my butt at my wrist, and then I loosen it. It gets all loosey goosey and moist, and I get my hand out of there, and then I'm free.
So you're gonna use your own shit, liquid shit, as lubricant to free yourself
Oh, no.
from the ropes.
Yes. You ever watch
This is-
Survivor? I haven't. This is what I imagine Survivor's like.
Oh, we know you've watched enough Survivor to know it's not what it's like.
Look, this is
Pick up the
play.
next device. What's the next device, Sean?
So we agree.
What's the next device, Sean?
All right, so we agree.
We
know
don't
we know.
agree.
And
All right. Do you want to take this one, Dalton?
Yeah. So, the Wicker Man. Sorry, I'm chewing. Hold on.
is it the bees?
Seth said, "Huck to a IRL. You are the boat."
So the Wicker Man, it's a large wicker. Oh wait, hold on. Wicker
It's kind
statue.
of like the Brazen Bull, isn't it?
A little bit. So essentially, it's, I guess, druids sacrificed humans and animals by burning inside of the like statue. So is that it? They just
Yeah. There's not really style points here.
Well, I mean,
because you just kind of get.
there is contemporary relevance. I mean, Burning Man is the festival, and burning that effigy is a descent of the Wicker statue.
Is this the straw man thing? Is this where a straw man argument comes from?
Similar idea, but I don't think this is exactly it.
I would absolutely survive this one, I think. You just walk out.
I'm so glad he's decided, Dalton. I'm so glad he's decided to take up this attitude now instead of from the very beginning, because it would have made it absolutely insufferable to do all of these.
Oh yeah, literally every single one of these.
Yeah,
No,
I got
no,
it.
I'd survive. I'd survive that.
The only one I don't know about is the radish up the ass, or the garlic rubbing on my butthole.
Oh, it's not garlic, it's ginger.
You want to find out? I can get some.
Yeah, we can do that in March when I come home. We'll do some we'll do some raffinadosis.
I just think you guys are doubting me with the boat.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
I don't think
Oh, yeah.
All right, where's the Wicker Man? I think a Wicker Man. That's A. I think that's pretty solid. It's not the same.
I mean, yeah, you're getting burned alive. It'll hurt. It's bad.
Okay, here's the last two.
Last two, all right.
Okay, let's do these together.
So the wooden horse.
The wooden horse, and then what is this?
Well, they're very different. We have to talk about them separately. The wooden horse is like a sawhorse where it's like the two bipods and the plank of wood that you use to like hold stuff up and to saw logs with.
Yeah.
You take one of those sawhorses, basically, you tie someone's hands behind their back, and then you set them on top of it, and then you carry that sawhorse through town.
Ew.
Yeah, and so basically, depending on what the shape of the wooden horse is, the one in the little picture we have here is a very, angular one. So like it's got a sharp point going up into your groin. But there's different. It can also be called riding the rail. which is where it's not necessarily a wooden horse, but it's just kind of like a long piece of wood held up on either end, and you're just kind of like forced to sit on it. It was used more often in the American colonial period, and people were often tarred, feathered, and then carried through town on the wooden horse. So I think in conjunction with the whole tarring and feathering thing, that puts it up, I think, into pretty bad, because like that's a staple. That's like,
All right, I would say it's better than Iron Chair and Garrote.
oh yeah, a lot more panache than the garrote. Very, it's a show. It's a public humiliation thing, and it's also, yeah, we're gonna cover you in hot tar and parade you around with something that's digging into your groin.
Don't cover them in milk and honey. That's worse.
All right, what's our last one, Dalton?
Not sure about the pronunciation of this one. The Zanshi, maybe.
Ranji would be my guess.
I guess it's referred to as the finger crusher. It was a Chinese instrument of torture consisting of small sticks strung together with cords, which, when placed around the fingers and gradually pulled, caused an agonizing pain in order to force a confession. So this is more of like an interrogation, torture technique.
This is mid. It's
with similar. Screw. It is basically, except instead of the device burrowing into the thumb, it's just squeezing the thumb very hard.
Yeah, so it's like crushing the bones in your finger, almost like the almost like the thumb screw, I guess.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. It's like the same function, but instead of like a device burrowing, it's just squeezing it. So yeah, I'd say that's kind of.
Yeah, I mean, this one's not too crazy when it comes to the other ones.
Honestly, yeah, no, I'm not exactly too hot on this one. I don't know. So I guess that's all of them.
Yeah, what was everyone's favorite favorite torture method?
Pair of anguish.
I mean, we got a hot winner with Pair of Anguish. I think that's it's pretty good.
I think maybe we save the other one for another stream.
I think that would be a good stream. Which, just as a spoiler, which torture and punishment device would make the best party favor?
Oh, the thumb screw.
What?
Not the Pair of Anguish? You don't think?
No.
I think maybe the radishes.
Just the butt radishes?
The butt radishes would be an incredible party
pillory.
A complimentary butt radish.
Well, it would have to be the Kang, because the pillory keeps you there. You can take the Kang home.
Yeah, so a Kang. I feel like, and the best torture device is obviously the fidget spinner.
Well, hold on. I haven't looked through all of these yet.
No, hold on. No, the fidget spinner is not the best one.
We do have the Chinese finger trap.
Yeah, there's the yo-yo.
The whoopee cushion. The public humiliation.
Oh, there we go. Public humiliation.
Yeah. Well.
Possibly the vampire teeth. That could be like a thumb screw kind of thing. Just like
all right. So this was I'm gonna be honest. This was a weird one.
Yeah, this was really something.
I had fun.
I could absolutely destroy those two boats with my bear.
I could not destroy the boat, Sean.
This is a separate video. We'll fight about this.
All right. Thank you all for joining. I guess.
It was an interesting time, to say the least.
All right. See you guys next stream. Bye.